So I got something funny, another law of attraction thing. It's, or I guess more of a vortex thing, where you put things into your vortex over the sifting and sorting of your growing, right? So like I always said, the track on my property was on my property as a result of wanting one since I was 5 years old. Every time I passed a property that had one or saw a piece of property that was for sale, had that, oh, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool if? So that was something that I really wanted, and even at one point at my old farm, I did my best to create that by doing a 28-foot path between my perimeter fence line and then the fence line of the horses' paddocks when I built those paddocks. And I did that so that we could ride around. So it was with having a track in mind. So that. But what I just concluded was, I just forgot. Oh, I just passed a sign that said, I think, New Market, which then made me think, it's funny to watch the path of even how you think. It then made me think of Haymarket, Virginia. Haymarket, Virginia then made me think of where a dream to have, made me think of a specific house that implanted a dream in my mind of wanting a house up on a hill overlooking the valley and having like a big front porch that you could go stand out on and look. And in the far left corner of the property, I wanted to have a shade tree, and I imagined myself out there. I'm a writer. I imagined myself out there writing with my horse grazing by my feet. I just realized that I have like the only hill in Delaware. My house is on that hill in Delaware. I do have a porch that overlooks the down onto my property. And it's not a shade tree per se, but I have 2 willow trees in the left corner of my property. And I'm like, wow. And then in a way, I was kind of like, the universe has a sense of humor, because the hill that I'm on is literally it's like the highest point, and like the highest point in Delaware, and it's where my house sits. So like I am on the mountain of Delaware. So I guess if I had to try to still make my dream happen of living in a house on top of a hill overlooking a valley with a shade tree in the far left corner, I'm sure I've said that out loud many times in my life, and I'm sure that I have that written down somewhere as a dream. But it wasn't until right now that I actually realized that I have my version of it. All right, this guy's hysterical. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to see him go by me. Can you see him in look here when you see this little truck coming at me? Hold on. He cruises right along, man. Thank God they're the ones that own the place, because I'm sure they didn't. That guy would be getting yelled at. I don't know if you were able to see him coming at us, but anyway. So yeah. I'm driving around and I'm realizing I have not had a single bad. I love driving around here. I love taking in all the wildlife, taking in all the plant life, all the trees. Sycamore trees are my favorite, and I'm currently in Maryland today, and there is an abundance of sycamore trees here. And I have one that I planted when we signed on our house. I planted a sycamore tree on my island, and it was only hip high. Now it's shoulder high. They grow very fast. So now I'm actually starting to think about the whole bonsai thing. Like, I got to try to keep it shaped the way I want. At one point it was leaning, so I changed that last year. Now it's growing straight again. I took the brace away. It doesn't need it anymore. And I'm like thinking, okay, so how high up would I want it to stop growing branches? You know, because I drive by some and they've got branches almost on the ground, and I wouldn't want that. I'd want to be able to sit under it, but I also potentially want one that I can hang a swing from. I don't know. You know, I don't know that I would want to damage the branches, but you know, it's a thought. My husband's like, this thing's not going to be big enough for you to really worry about before you're dead or whatever. I'm like, you don't know how fast these trees grow. I watched one grow. It was probably as tall as mine, and in like 2 years it was 30 feet tall. You know, like mine doubled in size in 1 year. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm really, really, really enjoying getting opportunities to I'm in the middle of a crop field right now where there's a sand pit where they dig, and when they dig, for some reason the water is just amazing, like aqua. It's beautiful. And there's ducks and there's geese, and I'm happy to let the geese live here. They're not welcome at my house. I don't know. It's nice when you can just kind of look around and be like, there's nothing about this that is unpleasant. There's nothing about this that's unpleasant at all. Nothing. You know, I was even looking at this big excavator with the long reach bucket thinking, I wonder if we could rent something. My husband runs machinery, so like we rent a long reach and, you know, dredge my pond, make my pond a little deeper. I was like imagining all this guy flies. He's coming back at us. This is hysterical. I might even go ahead and take my camera apart and show you this guy coming back. It's hysterical. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to watch this little red truck. But he's like on a racetrack. He's not going as fast as he was going before. Well, when you do it like that, that's got to be fun, right? And like I said, they're the people here, so nobody's getting in trouble for driving as fast as he is. That's hysterical to watch. Yeah, there's the water. All the different things you can see here.